Hey there, Boots Owen here. As if I couldn't squeeze any more into this garage. Tumble dryer, washing machine, and now an Esse. It's a big gas hob, gas range cooker, but it's a catalyzer, so it doesn't need a chimney. What model is it? Esse Cat enabled, serial 217N, burns natural gas. Great big machine. I like the look of it. I had what I might call a win on eBay with this thing. I bought it for a penny. The challenge was getting it home. It fits in the back of my car. Right, set that aside. I'm doing a bit of work on it, having a look. So there's no chimney here. This is the I don't know, I think it's the air intake. So it's just got vents on either side going down. I think it's the air intake. I could use a clean. I took the pans off it, the hot plate covers, they're over there, and they're just held on with 2 screws, and they can be difficult to get out, and they were, but beating down on them with a hammer and then using a T-handle screwdriver got them off. The dog bone, the hot plate, is held on with 2 of these fellas. They are Allen heads, if you want to call them Allen heads, and they're a 3/16, is that right? Yeah, slightly under the 1/4 inch, 3/16 head. So we're going to get this up and see what we can see. So first of all, if we look down into this hole where the screw came from, the screw thread just slides in and out of it. You could put in a bigger screw with a handle that you can buy from the manufacturer. But I'm just going to try it with a screwdriver. Let's see how we get on here. So let's see. I don't want to damage the enamel, but I'm going to just go ahead. Put that screw in there if I can. Oh dear. Crunch, that's the enamel. Oh dear, what am I doing? Bigger screwdriver now. Might be the job. A little patch of rubber or something there would probably be a good idea, but clearly I haven't done that. Right. I've got my fingers in. It's very heavy. Oh, it is indeed very, very heavy. And it's bigger than you'd think. Right, I need to put this down somewhere, so let's try and lift it off. A rope's coming up with it, I think. I can see where those handles would be useful. Yeah, there's a bit of rope coming off with it. Now we'll have a look at this thing inside. Let's vacuum it off first. So in here, this is a catalyzer, this grid thing of mesh. Whatever it does, it cleans the smoke somehow. It costs 300 quid if it's broken, so that's what I wanted to check, that it wasn't, because then we're good to go. As for this fellow, I need to somehow get that rope back on. I'll see if it fits this shape actually. I'm not sure which way it's meant to go. So I've used a bit of this stuff, rope adhesive, to glue this rope on, but I'm not entirely sure that it's going to do anything for it. It's more for fire doors on stoves than this job, but I'm hoping it'll just give it enough to hold it in place. We'll see. The fact that it doesn't follow a straight line either doesn't really make sense to me. You can see here, kind of the rope would just be across the front. It would make more sense to me to put the rope into the groove at the back, but that's not what they've done, and that's not where it came from. That's not going to work. This thing weighs 30 or 40 kilos, I would imagine. Let's just position it up here like I was going to before. But I can't see how this wouldn't just fall in as well, you know? Like, when the dog bone gets in position, what's going to stop it just falling in? So even if I put that on like that, in space, the way it kind of is meant to be, but I guess we'll see shortly. Okay. Figure it out. Take my fingers with it. Yeah, I surely will take my fingers. Yeah, I don't see what that rope's doing at all now. Or if it's even sitting in place, I can't check. So it's a bit silly. I think we're going to do this again. So I've left the fire cement on it wet for about 20 minutes. And I'm just running a bit of heat over it. And I'm hoping it'll kind of cause it to contract a bit and bond in, but I don't know if it will. You can see the moisture coming out of the cast iron there. This has been sat out underneath plastic for, I don't know how long it was out there for when I bought it. Alright, so it's had the flame on it for a few minutes. I think it's enough to kind of harden it. No, it's not. It's just falling off again. Just falling off. So I can't really see what this part on the front is actually supposed to do here. I can put the rest of it up like this. What if I set that there? Balance it on it. Oh, it's heavy. It looks like it might go if I could now whisk that out. Well, maybe it would actually, if I put something in at one end. And lift this out. Like that. It's a bit of a mess this, but here we are. That's pretty good actually. I could see that it was all right before, so I'll get the screws in before I think about doing anything else. I'll call that a success, even though there's no real way to check. There was two little T-nuts in there. you had to locate into. I really don't want to have to open this again to find them. That one's not in it. Right. I think we've got it here. That's it. Don't really want to reflow on these. I think we're probably good enough at that. So while I have the top back on, I'm not convinced that the rope is quite right, but from the instructions I can't see that there's any other way to do it other than putting the rope around the edge and setting the top down, which would make more sense to me, but I haven't done it that way. And I guess what I would do is, whenever I get round to lighting it, I'll put the thermal camera on it and I should be able to see heat escaping if it's blowing out, but I really don't think it will be. And these things anyways, they tend to settle down a bit, and then I can just tighten up the Allen keys a bit once it's settled down. So there you go. If this video has been helpful, have a look at Super Thanks or PayPal or things like that. Think about becoming a member of the channel, think about liking and subscribing and all that stuff, and leave a comment below if you think I've done something wrong, or if this has been helpful to you, or if you've got any questions. Thanks for watching. See you later.